Hi, I'm Jessica, and I'm with the Mommy Bunch, and I'm here tonight to talk to you about kid-friendly holiday cookie recipes and traditions that we like to do over the holidays. This is my first Google Plus Hangout, so bear with me. Just kind of getting used to everything. And we are actually here with, um, this is Jackie, and she is going to be talking to us tonight as well about some of her favorite holiday cookies and what she likes to do. Just to kind of get started right off the bat, I just wanted to share a couple things with you that I like to do with my kids. This last weekend, actually, my daughter, who's 3, she loves to be able to measure things out and add mixes in. I have 2 little kids, they're 3 and 5, and at this point, they really can't do a lot other than measuring things out and mixing things, so that's how I try to get them involved. And one of our favorite things to do are to make cupcakes, and I'm going to try to show this for you. And just a simple decoration is just to stick a little topper in here, but these are some of our favorite cupcakes. They are chocolate with cream cheese, and they are the most moist cupcakes that I've ever had. And if anyone wants the recipe, just let me know and I can get it to you. But my daughter had so much fun. She got to melt the chocolate. She got to put it in the microwave, hit the buttons, and that's, for me, that's what it's about, is like letting the kids be able to help out, not just doing everything myself. So I try to find recipes where I know my kids can do something. I like to do a lot of drop cookies as well, but that requires heating things up on the stove. So they can't really help with that yet. They're not quite old enough, but they do like to kind of mix things up and drop the cookies onto the wax paper once they've cooled a little bit. But I remember some of my favorite things to do over the holidays when I was a kid is going to my grandma's house and just eating all of the different treats and cookies that she had there. So I want to make sure my kids get to experience that too. Jackie, do you have anything that you remember or that you like to do when we're thinking about cookies and getting kids involved and helping out?
Well, I just think making sugar cookies, the old traditional sugar cookie, and letting the kids decorate them, frost them, and whatever. But now it's so much easier because they have the dry mixes that are just as good. So I just use those.
You were mentioning that to me, how you use the mixes instead of making them from scratch. Do you find that that tastes just as good?
Yep, they're just as good. Very moist.
And you know what else I remember you saying, that you freeze a lot of your cookies because you make them ahead of time, um, and they still end up tasting the same. They don't, taste old or anything like that.
Yeah, you can freeze them with the frosting on even, and they're still good.
No, she cut out a little bit there. I think she was saying she freeze them with the frosting right on them, and you can take them out and they still taste just the same. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay. Now I did actually try to freeze some cookies not too long ago. I was a little skeptical because I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. But I made um, these chocolate crinkle cookies, and we have a bake sale coming up that we have every year for at Christmas time for our Lioness Club. And I wanted to make something ahead of time because I'm not going to have time the night before to make anything. So that's another way I get my kids involved, is helping make cookies that we are going to put in the bake sale. And the bake sale is not for another 2 weeks, so I wanted to have something that I could make ahead of time and freeze. I did put those in the freezer, and I took one out after a week, and it was better tasting than when I first took them out of the oven. They were so moist, I couldn't believe it actually worked. But what other types of cookies do you freeze? Just sugar cookies, or should anything work?
Oh, I think you can freeze any of them. Any chocolate chip cookies, whatever. Keeps them longer, then they don't go to waste.
Okay. And do you have any memories from even went back when you were a kid, or things that you like to do just over the holidays to get the kids involved, and traditions that you like to carry from year to year?
Boy, I don't know. There was so many of us. Seemed like we had our hands in everything.
Okay. Well, I know that my kids are still young, so I'm just kind of trying to develop our own traditions at this point. One thing that we did this year, other than making the cookies for the bake sale, is we made some muffins and we went around and gave some to all the neighbors. And I heard that's something that actually a lot of people have been doing that I know. They've been kind of making stuff for their neighbors, and I think that's something that has kind of become a lost tradition that maybe is coming back around again. Um, but with my own kids, I know that they really like to be able to get involved in the whole process. The only thing they don't get to do is put the cookies in the oven or use the stove. My son, who's 5, is getting a little bit better and he can kind of stir things on the stove, but I still have to watch him a little bit. But the other day we were having a lot of fun because they wanted to make gingerbread cookies. They have been reading The Gingerbread Man at school, and the whole time they were making the cookies, they were singing, "Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man." And then when the cookies came out of the oven, after they cooled a little bit, they took their little gingerbread men and started playing with them and pretended they were real. So they really had a good time. And I think that just having the time to spend with your kids is the best part about it, whether the cookies turn out good or not. Um, do you have any favorites you want to share, or any stories that you have to tell us about one of your favorite Christmases?
Well, I don't know. I actually found a really good cheesecake delight cookie recipe. And it's actually made with the sugar cookie mix also and some instant pudding pie filling with a little bit of raspberry jam in the center of the cookie. And they are awesome. They're actually a crunchy cookie, which I normally don't like. I like soft cookies. But these are
Even
very, very good.
even with the pudding, they're crunchy.
Yep, after they're cooked, they're a crunchy cookie.
Okay, so you put the pudding in before you bake them or after?
You mix it in with the cookie mix and the oil and egg,
Okay.
and then you just put them in little balls and you put an indent in the middle and put some raspberry jam or strawberry jam in the center and bake them. They're really, really good.
I've never heard of cookies with pudding in. I'll have to try that. You'll have to send me the recipe. And if anybody else wants it, I'm sure I can get it for you too. Some of my favorite cookies is when I was in about, I would have to say, 4th or 5th grade, I went to this summer cooking class, and I was introduced to these peanut butter no bake cookies. And I have been making them every year since then. They have become basically the staple at my house over the holidays. I have to make them every year. And you can get a really large batch out of one recipe. So I like to make these no bake peanut butter cookies. They just have Rice Krispies, peanut butter, Karo syrup, and I like to make those and have them for the holidays and take to the bake sale because they are super easy. The kids like them, and they get to have a fun making different shapes out of them too. You don't have to just drop them. You can form them into different shapes. One new cookie we tried this year because I had found some things on Pinterest, which has become my new favorite place to find recipes. Is I tried to make some haystacks. I'm not sure if you can see them very well on here, but they turned out okay. I don't know if they're my favorite, but I figured I would try something new this year. And I also made some snickerdoodles, which have become my new second favorite cookie. They're not my favorite, but they are very close. And the kids really like those because you have to roll them into balls and roll them in sugar, and they really have fun doing that and then licking their fingers afterward. Do you have any other favorites or tips or suggestions for making cookies with kids, or any holiday traditions that you want to share with us? No? Okay. Well, I have several recipes, so if anyone is interested in getting any of the recipes, otherwise, like I said, my favorite place to go is Pinterest, and I actually have created a board on Pinterest with kid-friendly family, or excuse me, kid-friendly cookie recipes. And if you give me 1 second, I will share that with you. I'm going to do a screen share, but I thought I had it up already, and I don't. So I'm just going to grab that really quick. And while I'm doing that, Jackie, do you want to perhaps share your favorite holiday memory? I'm putting you
You're
on the
breaking
spot.
up. Holiday memory?
Yep, I'm putting you on the spot.
Is that what you said? The holiday memory?
Yes, a holiday memory.
Oh, I think when the kids were real little, most of the holidays were fun. It was like Santa Claus came for days. So I don't know. I can't really pick out one.
Okay. All right. Well, I do have my Pinterest board ready, so I'm going to share that with you. And what I have on here, if I can get it up here for you. There we go. I have some recipes that I found that I thought would be really fun to do with kids. And you can see the haystacks that I tried are on here. I thought those would be really simple to try because they don't have many ingredients. These little reindeer cookies at the bottom here look really cute and easy to do because they just have pretzels and M&Ms and chocolate chips on them. So those I thought would be fun for kids to be able to, have a quick cookie and then decorate it really easy without a lot of mess. And then I actually found these cookies today on the top left. They're called surprise package cookies, and they're inside. On the inside of them, they have an Andes mint as a surprise. So if I click on that one, I thought these would be fun because the kids would enjoy being able to stick a little surprise in the cookie, and then also when you're eating it, you get that fun surprise of the mint coming through. And the recipe is, if you just click on the image in Pinterest, it takes you right to the recipe, and it's very simple. Just your regular sugar cookie, it looks like, and then you have the Andes mints inside of it. And I thought that would be a really fun recipe to do with kids. Um, of course, you have the decorated candy canes. Those would be fun too. And then the snickerdoodles, which I love, and here they have them decorated with a little bit of frosting to make them look more festive. But if anybody wants to hop on Pinterest and follow my board, you can certainly do that. It's just under the Mommy Bunch. And I have a few recipes on here for kids, and then I have a few other boards that also have some different holiday recipes as well. So, well, I think that does it for us tonight, and I hope you enjoyed listening to some of our favorite recipes and sharing where we get our inspiration and what we like about the holidays. So, everyone, have a good night and happy holidays.